Greetings all, Ferrari Man 601 here. Welcome back to Formula Corona 2020, Round 4, coming to you from Spain. Yes, one-shot qualifying on the way to you from Catalunya. We've had a very bad campaign so far. We have failed to score points in any of the previous 3 rounds. Round 4, well, at this point we could theoretically see the Drivers' Championship cinched up. However, we're definitely not going to be in the hunt for that. We trail our teammate big time in the points. We have scored 0. He has scored 7 points at this point. At least I believe that's what he's on. At any rate, we're in it just for ourselves at this point. Qualifying, super soft tires, a dry track. Let's try it. Into Parc Fermé and to the hot lap. What have we got here? Very nice weather here. I like the lighting as well. Very cool. Down on straight line speed a little bit because we are trying to carry a little bit more downforce. Because this is a medium to high downforce circuit at the best of times. And this McLaren, well, it has some grip issues, let's say. So we're just going to try and do whatever we can to try and get as high up the field as we can in qualifying. Poor qualifying, arguably, in the last 2 rounds has let us be susceptible to incidents. So if we can get higher up the grid, hopefully, in theory, that means less people can hit us and we can hit less people. So, onward and upward to the end of Sector 1. In P6 at the moment. DRS, there we go. A little bit of a bobble there through Kamsa, that's slightly scary. Into the guy shot now. On to the power as hard as we dare. A little bit of squirreliness from the rear. Are actually working somewhat nicely through here. And the absolutely terrible Sector 3 chicane. Made it through the first element, through the second and final. Through the final corner, the New Holland corner. Flat out, there's DRS. Where do we go? P6 preliminarily, and P6 confirmed. There we go. P6, that's where this car should be. We can be very satisfied with that. Final order.
It's time to remind ourselves of our top 3. Bottas, Vettel and Lewis Hamilton. With qualifying wrapped up, we now have our grid lineup for the big race tomorrow. Be sure to join us then for what will no doubt be a fantastic race.
Alrighty then, so that is where we should be. P6 punching a little bit above the car's weight, I would say. Valtteri Bottas sitting on pole. He is ahead of Sebastian Vettel on row 1, and row 2 begins with Lewis Hamilton in front of Max Verstappen. Charles Leclerc there, a little bit lower than where he's been starting. Sebastian Vettel, obviously a little bit resurgent here. And then, here we are, the first of the rest. Yes, P6, that's good. And we're less than a second off of pole position, so that's very encouraging indeed. We are ahead of Alex Albon, which is actually somewhat surprising. And then our teammate Carlos Sainz also starting in the points here in P10. Down here where we have been starting, yep, the usual suspects, as you would expect, and unfortunately, Robert Kubica down at the back. Lance Stroll actually out-qualified by George Russell. So we've got a Force Canada Racing out-qualified by a Williams. Yeah, Papa Stroll ain't going to be happy about that. The championship, as it stands right now, Valtteri Bottas leads Lewis Hamilton by 8 points heading into round 4 of 5. So we are getting down to the championship time here. Don't think we're going to see that cinched up this weekend, but If Bottas happens to win this race and Hamilton doesn't finish, well, anything is possible. Charles Leclerc there, pretty much consolidated P3 at this point, although Max Verstappen still theoretically in striking distance for the final spot on the podium in the driver's standings. But the most important thing here, there's Carlos Sainz in P9 with 7 points on the board. I was correct earlier. And there we are, P18 with 0 points on the board. We've got a great qualifying position today. Hopefully we can do something about that. In the Constructors' Championship, Mercedes far and away the class leaders here with 122 points over Ferrari 72, full 50 points clear. Here we are, McLaren in P6 with only 7 points on the board, all coming from Carlos Sainz. It'd be nice if we could add to that points total today, but again, we have to see what's going on. Poor old Williams, still the only team yet to score down in P10, even Alfa Romeo with 4 points to their name. Yes, lean times indeed for Williams. But that's what we've got here in terms of the championship standings, and this is what we have in terms of qualifying for the Spanish round of Formula Corona. We'll see how we get on next. Welcome to P6 on the grid. This is absolutely wonderful. We're used to qualifying 14th, so we are quite a bit farther up than we have been in the last couple of rounds. Hopefully we can turn something good from this starting position. The strategy here, we're going to be starting... we've got to do a conventional strategy from here, with the exception of the fuel load, which, of course, you know our funny business with that. We'll put 21 and a bit laps worth of fuel on board. Is there any reason to lengthen that first stint? No, I don't think there is. And then we're going to have to go on the mediums at the end, just like everybody else. So we're basically going to be mirroring everyone around us in terms of strategy, with the exception of being able to run the engine a little bit higher for longer. We'll see how this all goes. Everything else looks pretty much as you would expect here. And yes, bright sunny day, not expecting any rain. So we should have perfect conditions. To the start. Clutch in, revs coming up. Off we go, a little bit of wheel spin to come away. Trying to get the car to hook up, not the best getaway there. Albon alongside us. Be very careful coming into the first corner though. Heard some bumping and banging behind us and alongside us. Who is that? That's Magnussen, chopping across our bow like that. That's okay. Let's not do a Rosberg-Hamilton impersonation into the turn 4. And we do not. All right, so we go backwards a little bit off the start. But P8. Stop sugarcoating things, buddy. That start was terrible. Not okay. Nothing okay about it. Just didn't get the best first phase of the start. The initial pull away was a little bit sluggish. Just couldn't hook the tires up. However, we're in P8. We're right in front of our teammate here. So McLaren running in the points with 2 cars right now. So that's going to be the best result of the season. However, can we get any higher than where we are currently? I would like to try. No DRS down start finish this time, of course. Big frame drop there. Really messed us up, actually. Teammates looking for us up the inside. We're going to say no to that. We have a lock up there on the right front, no problem. Just a weight transfer. Okay, let's get settled in here. Wow, look at that understeer. That's horrible. Teammate looking up the inside there into Kamsa. That's brave. So far, the car is suffering from some understeer here, but there's not a whole lot I can do about it as we accidentally downshift there. No problem. The DRS will be activated here. We will not have it. They will not have it either. But we're not in a bad position, running P8 here, so we are in the points for the moment. Just trying to keep the energy store alive there. Again, I would like to keep my overall energy reserve higher than my deploy allotment per lap. Not always possible to do so, but we're going to try it. No DRS for me. I don't think there's any DRS for Sainz there through there. We'll find out later, or not. Doesn't matter. Again, it has dawned on me through the previous 3 events just how difficult this game can be, because yeah, we go on and on and on about how the physics in this game are not the best. Totally not a proper sim by any means, but we haven't scored points. We have not scored points in a midfield car all season long. And Sainz just ran into the back of us there. I didn't move, so you tell me whose fault that was. Hopefully he didn't get any damage from that. I know we didn't. But it just, you know, it's difficult. This is a difficult thing to do. Midfield car, Sainz has scored points. We have not. Physics qualms aside, this is, I guess it's indicative of what it must be like to be a midfield runner in F1 because, you know, you see guys absolutely going hammer and tongs fighting for, you know, 17th place sometimes. And that's kind of what we're doing here. In a points-paying position, legitimately, for the first time this year. And I'm really intent on protecting it. Anybody taken to the pit lane ahead? Find out. DRS. Don't think anybody stopped in front of us. There was a yellow for some reason. I don't know why. That was the reason for the yellow. We had to try and go for that. Pierre Gasly's out of the session. He was ahead of us, I believe. Yep. Discretion is the better part of valor here. I don't know if Gasly was ahead or behind. I think he was probably behind because we haven't had a change of position. I think we're pitting on the next lap. Tires actually still feel pretty good, no problems. May actually try to stay out for one more lap. We'll see how it goes the next time around. Yellow. That's going to be for Gasly. Yep, there it was. No problem. Greens. Obviously, they're calling me in. See how we go. Now, if we do stop on the next lap and our teammate remains behind us, we could stack him and actually consolidate it, maybe a couple more positions on aggregate. Again, it's a big if, but we could try it. How the tire's actually doing numerically. Not terrible. Not terrible at all. I did see a yellow box, though, on one of the other MFDs. I might want to take a look at that. Yep, engine is a bit hot.
Remember, box this lap. Keep an eye on your distance to the speed limit line as you approach, and make sure you don't speed.
So far, component status looks good. Nominal wear. I'm going to stay out one more lap. Sainz does have DRS on us. We don't have DRS for Magnussen.
Okay, I'm sure you can feel it already, but we're starting to notice some tire wear now.
No kidding. Trying to charge the battery. Tires still feel okay. Don't really have a problem with it. We'd have to do 10 laps on this set of mediums we'll be going on to. It's one less than we would have to do otherwise, so that's fine. Looks like we're going to be stopping with Magnussen as well. Understood. We'll be pitting. Looks like we are going to pit with Magnussen and probably Sainz as well. Decision to stay out definitely worked. All right, we're going to duck in behind Magnussen. Remember the limiter line? Looking for it.
Carlos is in for his stop.
Good. We've made it, and we're going to stack Carlos behind. Beautiful. All right, so Magnussen stops right behind us. Green. Good. They held us. Okay, where do we actually stack up? We're P10 at the moment.
That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops.
Okay, we're P11 now. That's Perez. He's on the medium, so he has stopped. We wrecked Sainz's race, though, so that's fine. We're currently one spot out of the points. We have 9 laps to go. Where do we stack up in the end here? Expecting a couple more stops. Not for us, of course. All right, we need to get after Perez. Get in touch with him. We'll get him. We'll get him now. Start finish. Okay, we've got a little slipstream. We've got DRS. We're in P10.
Seconds.
P9. Really got to get after Perez here. He's going defensive. That was well played. Really wish that there were a temporary boost button that we could map out, because it really is annoying having to adjust the deploy settings by scrolling through all of them every single time. So Codemasters, if you are going to make an F1 2020, please add that. P9. We need P8. Really like P6, but I don't think that's possible at this point. Sebastian Vettel, fastest lap, 1:23.086. Answered immediately by Hamilton. We have DRS again. Can't do anything with it because we're not close enough. Got to run this time.
Battery charge is low. If we turn down the ERS deployment, we can harvest more energy.
And we're going to have to watch our fuel, I think. burning more fuel than I anticipated. Not because we're going a little bit faster than I anticipated. Raikkonen will have DRS behind us. We'll have DRS on Perez. There we go. I have to work out where I can get past him if I can't stick with him down the straight. Because he's just getting a better exit out of the final chicane and then through New Holland than we are. He just gets a little bit better purchase in the tarmac between the final two apices of that chicane, and then that sets him up for a better launch down the straight.
Keep managing your tires. Manage your tires.
But Raikkonen appears to be under control. On DRS. Not close enough. He just gets better purchase right here. I think we're in the pouncing distance now. There we go.
We advise moving to mix 2. Fuel to mix
Come on. He's defending for all he's worth with his MGU power. We outbrake him. Can we hold it together? No, we can't. And try to come back around the outside. He's got the inside and theoretically the advantage here. But I think we made that stick. Gonna go defensive here.
car ahead
That's
is
good.
2.5 seconds.
We're going to go to mix 2 on the engine. Burning more fuel than I anticipated, that's for sure, but we're now in P8. They're going to have DRS behind us. We got to be mindful of that.
We have 5 laps of fuel remaining.
Trying to go around the outside there. That's not going to work in a month of Sunday, sweetheart.
There's one of the Haas cars just ahead of you.
Understood. That is Kevin Magnussen. Trying to save a little bit of fuel here. We are plus 0.35 on fuel right now. Again, we burned way more fuel than I thought we would. And that was a mess coming into turn 5. We got to defend now. Plus 0.44 on fuel. It's going to be a little bit bad here. Lost P8 to Perez for the moment. Come on. We'll have DRS on him here. Are we close enough is the question. Yes, I think we are.
Gap to car in front is 3.4 seconds.
There we go, we got it.
There's 3 laps of fuel remaining.
Understood. Come on, let's go. All right, fuel is plus 0.28. We're in P8 at the moment. Magnussen is up ahead. Don't know the gap at the moment. Don't much care. I think he's out of reach. Perez will have DRS on us. Really need to defend all that much. Should be safe from attack. I think we are. It's really having to manage the ERS and the fuel now, corner by corner for the most part. It's a personal best in Sector 1, though. Car is definitely lighter. There is Magnussen up ahead. 2 laps, really 1 lap more to do anything if we're going to try it. Should be safe on fuel.
There's only 1 lap of fuel remaining.
Understood. It's going to be close, I'll tell you that much. But we're going to try. Again, we should be safe behind.
This is your final lap of the race.
Plus 0.37. Personal best in Sector 1. Lots of oversteer there. God.
Seems they fixed whatever the problem was. They're coming back up to speed.
Man, this car just all of a sudden went bad here. Still gotta try it. Definitely very, very suddenly picked up a handling deficit.
Okay, gap ahead is 3.1
Yep,
seconds.
3.1. Valtteri Bottas wins this race. That's big in the Drivers' Championship. Meanwhile, I don't think... Nope. Magnussen is way too far ahead for us to even begin to pressure him. But to the line with us, our best result of the championship thus far, P8. We score points, finally.
Okay, pick up rubber and bring it home.
And there we go. Mercedes, your winners yet again.
Fantastic win for Mercedes. Tell me, Ant, how did they
And there is your race winner.
this win?
Well, they certainly stood out as a driver with tons of confidence on the track. I think their ability to keep their cool, even during some of the more hectic parts of the race, meant they were able to capitalise on the mistakes of other drivers, giving them the opportunity to make their way to the top
There
spot
is
of the
Sergio
lead.
Perez, finished 9th there. We beat one of these guys for once.
Mercedes
And
are
here
on
we
top
go
form
to the
once
podium.
again after an excellent race weekend.
Sebastian Vettel on the podium. However, two Mercedes boys up there. Also means that the Drivers' Championship is not decided. It will go to the final round. In the event that they should tie, Bottas would beat Hamilton on race wins. And there's Sebastian Vettel, looking like he hasn't been here in a while. Driver of the day, here we go.
The driver of the day, Anthony Davidson. Who do you pick?
Daniel Ricciardo certainly impressed me today. An incredible performance.
Well, Ant, an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
Well, Daniel Ricciardo getting driver of the day. He started 15th and he finished 11th. I guess he made up some spots. We lost 2 spots. We started 6th. We finished 8th. Rather unfortunate, but we lost all of that right at the beginning. That initial stage of the start just didn't hook it up all that well, and the second phase of the start was good, but by that point, we'd already lost 2 positions, basically. So just trying to stay out of trouble, didn't damage the car. We actually got through a strategy without having to make any repairs, so that's good. Valtteri Bottas wins the race over Lewis Hamilton. A dominant victory today from Bottas from pole. Lewis Hamilton started 3rd, up 1 spot into 2nd, where he finishes, and he also gets the consolation prize of 1 point for fastest lap, scoring 19 points in total. Sebastian Vettel there started 2nd, finished 3rd, still scores 15 cool points. Max Verstappen and Alex Albon, they both overhaul Charles Leclerc there, who finishes 6th. Not too bad, though, all in all, from those guys. Great day for Red Bull, though. Double points finish right off of the podium. Awesome. There we are. P8. We started 6th. Who knows what might have been, but there we go. 4 points on the board. We finally score points in round 4 of 5. We beat Sergio Perez on merit, as well as Kimi Räikkönen. Daniel Ricciardo, who got driver of the day. He made up some spots, but whatever. Nico Hülkenberg, still no podium. There's Mr. Torpedo. Grosjean, there's Sainz out of the points. We wrecked his race. Sorry, not sorry. Giovinazzi, Stroll, Kubica, Russell, and Pierre Gasly, our only driver who fails to finish today. Gotta say, that was a good result. This is the sort of result that I had expected in Australia, to be honest, but it wasn't meant to be. Finally, we get it. Our championship standings. Driver's title, here we go. 90 points to Valtteri Bottas over Lewis Hamilton, who is now at a net 14 deficit. It will go to the final round in Italy. Who will be the driver's champion of the first ever Formula Corona season? Who knows? Charles Leclerc there. Basically, he's consolidated 3rd over Max Verstappen. Again, though, one of those guys wins next time out. It could be a very different story. Carlos Sainz in P10. He's our teammate on 7 points. We move up big time in the Drivers' Championship into P14. We overhaul Lance Stroll, Daniel Ricciardo, Pierre Gasly, and Antonio Giovinazzi. Yes, that's good. Finally, some points on the board. In the Constructors' Championship, what happens here? McLaren actually drops a position. We are now in 7th with 11 points on the board. Toro Rosso tied on us points, but they've had some better positions on aggregate, so they take P6 off of us. But we are now ahead of Renault, Alfa Romeo, and Williams, still failing to score points so far this year. But definitely far and away Mercedes with a big gap over Ferrari, 71 points over the red guys from Maranello. It appears that they will be taking the Constructors' Championship beyond any shadow of a doubt. But the driver's title still all to play for here. Will it be Lewis Hamilton, Valtteri Bottas, or the long shot, Charles Leclerc, or perhaps even Max Verstappen? Don't think that's really possible anymore, but certainly it is a 3-point battle, at least for up to P2. Really, in utilitarian terms, it's between Bottas and Hamilton for the driver's title. But that is what we have here. Our Spanish round, round 4 of Formula Corona, brought to you by Ferrari Man 601. Finally, we get points on the board. Definitely feeling much more satisfied with that performance here today. That's really where we should have been finishing all season, but it just has not quite worked out that way. But finally, some points on the board in the penultimate round. We will wrap all of this up in a week's time from Monza. Stay tuned for all of that. And of course, as we continue to watch the rumblings in the real world of motorsport, well, we will be on top of all of that as well. I do bid all of you good luck and Godspeed with everything that is continuing to go on all around the world. Again, I do hope that you are all well and will remain so. If you need help, get help. If you know anybody who needs help, get them help. And of course, continue to heed all warnings and precautions that are given to you from your relevant authorities. Until next time, though, I do thank you all very, very much for watching. Ferrari Man 601 saying thanks. And of course, we will see you soon.